only 2 topics, but under this one, let me annotate here. Okay, so this one we'll cover for sure, right? And then just want to give you guys an overview. This one we cover quadratics, right? Under quadratics, 2 parts. You have 2 parts. Okay, quadratic type 1 question, part A, okay, is about solving quadratic equation. Okay, this one is a technique. Okay, this one is one part. Then the second part of quadratic, part B, okay, this one is about drawing the graph, drawing quadratic graphs, or understanding quadratic graphs, I should say. Okay, so we have 3 parts today. Okay, so bear with me lah. Okay, let's start. Let me share my screen. Let's start with the graph of functions lah. Okay, so let's stop share my screen. This one. Okay. Okay, so there is a reason why I purposely choose this. Okay. Hey. What's going on? Okay. Okay lah. Did I start the recording already? Yes, I did. Okay, we start already lah. So yeah, there's a reason why I purposely choose this type of topic. Okay. Hi, welcome back, Alex. Sorry for the glitch. Okay, so there's just I was saying, there's a reason why I purposely choose this topic to discuss with you guys during this intensive, because this type of question usually carries a lot of marks. As you can see, right, this one question is already 12 marks. Okay, this one similar question 9 marks, so it's a lot of marks. And the marks is very, very easy to obtain for this type of question. So every time I see this kind of like they ask you to draw a graph on, please don't skip this question. Even if you can't do the last part, right, just by doing the all the parts before, like part A and part B, you would already, let's just say, get 6 marks out of 9, right? It's practically 3 marks. Okay, so I just want to make sure everybody don't skip this type of question. Okay, 3 mark question. Okay, so very quickly, you can see that the graph is already here because I want to speed up our lesson. But okay, so okay, here. So this is the values obviously. Now, depends on the question. Okay, sometimes the question gave you a table with blank values. If it's blank values, that means you have to fill up the values yourself. Okay. So, but for this question, good for you. They actually did all of this for you already. Okay, so you don't need to do it yourself. Okay, then what do they say? Draw the graph. Okay, normally part A, they will always ask you to draw the graph one. Now I draw the graph for you guys already pre-handed because I want to save time. Okay, so let me label, this is my y-axis, x-axis. Okay, I draw it for you already. But I just want to point out here, you see, some students might get confused. They say draw the graph of okay, this graph, okay, for some students don't understand what this means, you know. So I just want to make sure, all of you, what this means is that you look at the x-axis, right? The x-axis, they want it to go from -4 to 3.5. That is what it means. That means when you draw your graph, right, you just start from -4 here. Okay lah, of course, this one I draw it slightly a little bit more so that you understand what I'm saying, right? Easy for me to show. But you just need to draw from -4 all the way until 3.5. 3.5, which is, let me zoom in, which is somewhere, not somewhere, I have to be very accurate since this is graph, drawing graph. 3.5 is right here, right in between 3 and 5, 3 and 4. Okay, that means you just need to stop here. And normally, right, this boundary, the boundary for the x-axis, right, it is also represented in the table. You see, the table, you see, really start from -4 all the way to 3.5. That means when you draw the graph, right, you just need to plot these points. So when x is -4, y is 1. Okay, fine lah. When x is -4, y has to be 1 here. So this is the point. So you mark like that. So then -2, 2, then like that lah, one by one you mark lah. So after mark, right, This is 0.5 is at 8. Okay. So let's just say you mark these 4 points already. Then you join this up like that smoothly. So the question did say here you can use a flexible curve ruler. I don't know how useful this is. I last time personally when I did my SPM, okay, I did not use a flexible curve ruler. I don't know, it didn't work for me. So I actually go freehand like that. But make sure, of course, I'm sure your teacher told you guys also, right? These type of question, they are very particular on the smoothness of the graph. Must be very smooth. That means when I say smooth means not like this, like that. And then it's like you can, some student after they draw the curve, right? You can see that they connected like this one, like segment by segment. Don't, okay? Make sure it's smooth like that. Okay? I just want to point this out. Okay, so anyways, I already draw the graph for you guys so we can move on faster. Let me delete this one also. Hold on. Delete. Okay, done. So we drew the graph already. Next, part B. From the okay, there is a reason why they ask you guys to draw the graph one. Because all of the subsequent questions, right, they expect you to get the answer from the graph. Some students, they pandai, right? Okay. From they didn't find the answer from the graph. They said, okay, let's just say for this question, question says what? Find the value of y when x is negative 0.7. Some student, they pandai, they go and sub the value of x into the equation, you know. So they be like, okay, very happily they do this, negative 4 over, then x is negative 0.7, then they press in calculator, they get a certain answer, and then they say that's the answer. The answer will be correct, yes, but you will not get any marks because you did not follow the instruction from the question. The question say must use the graph to find answer. They don't want you to do substitution. Okay, just want to point this out because some students actually do that. Okay, so let me, okay, delete. Okay, so from the graph, let's do that together. Where is it? X is negative 0.7, negative 0.7. Okay lah. So this one you're gonna need to go and count one by one already lah. But let's negative 0.7. So negative 1 is right here. That means negative half should be here lah. Negative 0.5. So I would say negative 0.7 would be somewhere very close to somewhere here lah. Okay, somewhere here lah. Okay, so this is where you have to use your ruler. For this case, I'm just gonna use a line. Okay, somewhere here, draw out. Okay, see where it crosses. Okay, it looks like it's gonna cross here. Looks like it's gonna cross here, touch here. Okay, looks like it's gonna go at 6 lah. Let me make the line clearer. Okay, yeah. So looks like it's gonna go here. Where's my, okay. Yeah. Pen. Yeah. Okay. So when x is negative 0.7 right here, negative 0.7, it touches here. That means your y value is 6. Okay. So in your paper, please do not erase this line. Because this line shows the examiner that you actually know how to get the answer from the graph. Okay, don't erase this line, leave it there, draw out for the examiner to see. Okay, then of course you write your answer right here, equals to y equals to 6. That's the answer for part 1. Okay, next, find the value of x when y is negative 5. Okay, look. So go yeah, go ahead. Julian, you just type your question. Okay, I will read later. But at the meantime, I'm just gonna draw the line first. When y is negative 5. Y is negative 5 is here. Okay, where y is negative 5 means the y value, yeah. So you use the y-axis to look at where the negative 5 is. Okay, so Julian question is, the line to get the answer line is dotted. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, good point. Good point. You draw dotted. Okay. Or if you draw lightly, also can. Draw lightly also can. Okay. But good point lah. If you scared that the examiner might be, some examiner very one, very particular one. Okay. Yes, I agree. Dotted is the safest. Okay. Good. Good observation there. Okay. So when y is -5, so looks like, right? Okay, I draw a dotted also. It's right here, right? Right? Y is -5. It touches the graph right here. That means you just go all the way up, lor, right? So looks like that value is, 0.5 is here, right? 0 to 1, then half of it is 0.5 lah. So this is 0.5. That means this one is half of 0.5 and 1, which is 0.75. I hope you guys know. If you don't know, then you just find the middle value lah. Just press in calculator 0.5 plus 1, then divided by 2. That is how you find the middle value. Average mah. Middle value is like average. So it's like you add together, divide 2. Then you will find the middle value. Okay, so the answer for this case is 0.75. So x is 0.75. Don't worry about this, guys. If you don't get the exact value, because this type of question, I'm sure a teacher would have already told you, right? They will have a range of answers. So depending, because of course not everybody's graph is exactly the same, right? So some student, maybe their graph is slightly a bit sengit, like that. So the x value, maybe they won't get accurately as 0.75. Maybe they get like 0.72, 0.77, like that. Okay, so normally it's within the range. So most importantly, if you draw the important thing is you must draw the graph smooth. If you draw the graph smooth, 95% of the time, your answer will be within the range already one. Okay, they already, the examiners already take those into consideration when they design the marking scheme. Okay. Okay. The last part C. Okay, part C is the one that I really want to go through actually, because that is the I would say so-called the hardest part. Okay, of this question. Okay, so if you read the question, it says, draw a suitable line. Don't know if you guys can see it. Let me zoom this in. Okay, draw a suitable straight line on the graph. Okay, that means they want you to draw another line. They want you to draw another straight line on the graph. Okay, to do what? To find the values of x that satisfy the equation this. Okay, so this type of question is very common. Normally after they ask you to draw the graph, then state some values, right? This one will come out. This type of question will come up. They will ask you to draw a straight line to find the answer for this equation. -4/x equals to -2x. Now, this is where a lot of some students are, not a lot, but like I would say students who don't know, what they will do is, they will go and try to solve this directly. Oh, teacher, this x can move here, so -4 equals to -2x squared. Then from here they try to solve quadratic. It's like, oh, -2 go here, 2 equals to x squared, and then x equals to square root 2, plus minus, and then this is the answer, like that. The student will try to solve like this. Not wrong. Algebraically, this is all correct, but you will not get any marks. You will get 0 marks for this type of question. Why? Because they want you to use the graph to solve. Okay. Please, that's why I purposely say this is my second time saying this already, right? Must use the graph to solve the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you solve this type of problem. Okay, so let me do this right here. -4/x equals to -2. They want this, right? They want this, right? Okay, so how do you solve this problem with the graph? Now, the first step is to make one side of the equation, right? This is the equal sign, right? So you make one side of any side, doesn't matter. But for this case, I think left side is easier. Make one side of the equation equals to the original graph equation. So look at this. Table 5 show that the first line, this is the original function of the graph, right? The red color graph. This is the original function. So the first step is to make one side of the equation equals to the original graph. So This red color graph, I'm just gonna call this graph y1. Okay, so nice. This equation is very good to us because it already makes the one side of the equation become the original. It's the same as make it the same as the original function. So we didn't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything. So it's good. Okay. Later, when I move on to the next question, you will see this one you need to do some tricks already in order to make one side become exactly the same as the original equation. Okay, but this question we don't need. It's already there. So after you make sure one side of the equation is the original equation, right? Then the other side of the equation, whatever left on the other side of the equation, right? This one we call this y2, and you are supposed to draw this line. Y equals to negative 2x. This y2 line, you are supposed to draw this. Okay? Like that. So reminder, first step, you make sure one side of the equation is the original function. Okay, after you make sure that, then whatever that's remaining on the other side of the equation, you have to draw that graph out. You have to draw that graph out. Okay, and then normally, right, the remaining equation on the other side, right, it will always give you a straight line. This one, don't worry about this because SPM syllabus, they will always just ask you to draw the additional straight line. Now, normally it's a straight line. It will not be a curve or whatever, so don't worry. Okay, why straight line is good because in order to draw a straight line, you just need 2 points. In order to draw a straight line, you just need 2 points. So take 2 coordinates for those who were here yesterday, right? Yesterday, we were talking about the linear inequality. How to draw a straight line if they gave you an equation. Same way how you do it here. You have the equation read well. Y equals to, y equals to negative 2x, right? How do you get 2 points to draw that line? Just simply choose simply choose any point that you like. Let's just say x. Okay, x is negative 3. Okay, x is negative 3. Okay, then you sub, right? Just sub in order. Okay, sub x as negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. So your y value is 6 when your x is negative 3. Done. This is how you get the points. This is one of the points. Okay, another point, simply choose any x value that you like. Simply 0 0. 0 okay. So sub, okay, when x is 0, negative 2 times 0, y is 0. So y equals to 0 also, okay? Done. Okay, so done. We get 2 points ready for this line. So let's mark the points in negative 3 and 6. So here, right here. Okay, let me mark here. Okay, and then another point, 0 0 means the origin. Okay, done. Once you have 2 points, now you can draw the line. Okay, draw it right here. And then you guys realize when I draw the line, I draw it as long as possible. Don't draw, please, please don't stop here. Hello, please don't stop here. Okay, because you didn't cover the whole graph. Later you will miss some answers. Okay, cross everything. Okay, like this. This one also make this side longer, like that. Okay, so yellow color line, make it thicker a bit so that you guys can see. Done. See? Okay, and then for me, I always label my graph one. Okay, I always label my graph. This one here is why I cannot wait. Okay, so I always label this line here is y equals to oh, okay, sure. Because you know why I talk so fast? I want to cover a lot of stuff today. today I have 3 chapters. Okay, sure. I'll talk slower. Okay. This one 2x. Bing. Okay, I will label my whatever. Oh, is it? Oh, thanks. No lah. Actually, I really appreciate. Actually, just now, okay lah. Since now you have more of you, later by the end of this lesson, right? Or maybe during halfway of the lesson, you maybe take a short break or whatever. I also want you guys to to give me some feedback also one. Yeah, so I actually already created a Google feedback form lah. Okay, that one don't worry, it can be anonymous. So you don't have to put your name. If you want to put your name also okay. You don't want to put your name also okay. So don't worry. So but I do want to get feedback like this also. Yeah. So no, thanks for the feedback. Like, it's okay. Don't worry, Vignesh. Chill. I'm very chill one. Okay. So can where were we? Okay, so this one first step, then second step. Now we already draw. Okay, we draw. So after we draw, guys, your answer is just this. Let me draw this. Just the intersection point. One intersection point, two intersection point. So that means your answer for this question, you have two answers. And if you go back to the question and look, they said they want what? They want x values only, ma. Can you see that? They want x values only. They don't need the y values. That means when you try to read out the coordinates of these two intersection points, you just need to read out the x coordinate. Some student you go and waste time, go and read the y coordinate. No need lah, no need. That's not what the question is asking. Okay. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Don't want this one, then no need. So I think, where is it? I think it's right here, right? Okay, right here. Okay, so this value, what is this? Negative 1.5. Okay, no? Okay, no? Negative 1.5, okay. Then the other one, what is this here? This one is somewhere here. Okay lah, I think 1.5 also lah. Okay, I actually not really 1.5, right? It's like 1.4. Actually, this one, because my, you see, guys, my pen is too thick. Actually, good example. So this is, my pen is too thick. So because it's too thick, right? It covers the line, and sometimes it loses the accuracy. So another tip that I want to share with you guys also this: when you do this sort of question, please use mechanical pencil. Unless you sharpen your pencil until that like damn sharp lah. If not, please use 0.5. Right, the lead use the 0.5 on mechanical pencil. Then it's thin enough for you to actually draw the line, draw very thin line, very accurate. Okay, so okay lah, but you guys get the point lah. So my two answers, let me write it down here. X equals to negative 1.5 and 1.5. Okay, done. Okay. Don't worry, guys. I will do another question like this. Okay, this one actually is quite basic lah. Okay, I'm just using this to give you guys an overview. Now, we do the second question. Okay, here. It's a similar question. Okay, so let's go. Complete table 2. Yep, this is table 2. Okay. You see, there are spaces in the table 2 already, right? So they're asking you to complete table 2 for the equation. See, they gave you the equation right here. Okay. By writing down the values of y when x is negative 2. Now that's it. Actually, when x is negative 2, that means x negative 2 here, y is missing. So they want you to find out when x is negative 2, what is the value of y? Very easy one, right? Because since they already gave you the equation here, all you need to do is just, hopefully you can tell me, right? Substitute the value of negative 2, which is the x value, sub into the x's. And then press the whole thing into calculator, you will get the y value. Okay, so, oh, is it 10? Oh, let me double check from my side. Yep, thanks. Yeah. Vignesh, you're right. 10. Thanks. Okay, nice. So do the same thing for the other one, right? 1.5 also. When x is 1.5, sub, right? Sub x as 1.5. Press the whole thing to calculator. Okay. Let me see. Okay, my value here I hope it's the same. My value here is 12.6. Okay, I hope it's the same. Okay. So, Normally, after they ask you to complete the table, the next part B, use graph paper, blah, blah, blah. You may use a flexible curve ruler using the scale of, 2 centimeter to 1 unit on x-axis. That means, okay, this one, you guys need to be careful lah. When they gave you the graph paper, right? This one obviously, okay, I cheat a bit. I draw first because I save time, right? But the point is, you need to go and measure. Let's just say from here to here, this one is 2 centimeter, right? They say every 2 centimeter is equivalent to 1 unit. So 2 centimeter, 1, you see? 1. Another 2 centimeter, 2. Okay, this is what it means. 2 centimeter to 1 unit for x-axis. Then for y-axis right here, 2 centimeter is 10 units. So you need to measure again. Okay, so let's just say from here to here, you measure, okay, 2 centimeter. This has to be equivalent to 10 units. So, see, I put here 10. Then the next one, 20. Then go down, -10, -20, -30, and so on. Okay, So that's it. Once you get the axis out, okay, I just realized that there's no labeling here. We should always label our x and y. Okay, draw the graph. Okay, right? So they ask you to draw the graph. Obviously, if you want to draw the graph, you have to take each of the points, mark the points first. When x is -3, y is 25. Okay, x is -3, y is 25 here. Mark. So you have to mark one by one. Yeah, mama. This one, of course, you don't see the mark because I generate this with the computer. Put the numbers, put in numbers, then dots. What number? The number you mean is 10 and 12.6, is it? Because I just want to point out, you don't need to x value. No, what you are trying to say is you are unless what you mean, Vignesh, is labeling the axis, if that's what you mean. Okay. Yes, of course you need to label the axis -3, -2, -1, and all that. Must label the axis that's for sure. But what I just want to be very, very clear, when you mark, first of all, I don't use dots by the way. I don't know what your teacher teach you at school, but for me personally, I encourage my student not to use dot, because why? Some student they are cross. Some student, you know why I don't like to use dot? Some student teacher dot. Hello. Yeah, dot. Excuse me. Okay, please. That one is not a dot. So I get really tired about that already. So I say, please use cross. Cross will never go wrong. Some students, they really they don't know how to control their hand. Their cross is like this, like this. But still cross at one point. I can see which point they are crossing. So much better. Okay, use cross. So when you cross, you don't need to put in the coordinates. I just want to be very clear. All you need to do is just cross only. You don't need to put here, oh, this is -3 and 25 like that. This one no need. Just want to be very clear. Okay? Okay. So what else? Okay, so after you mark, okay, 1, 2, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, right? You should have 9 points in the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points in the graph. Okay, then only you use your flexible ruler or freehand. I personally is a freehand freehand guy lah. Okay, I don't like to use the flexible ruler. Okay, so but anyway you use it, doesn't matter. Like, make sure it's smooth, make sure it's smooth. Okay, done. Okay, so after you're done drawing, you see, guys, is it not 3 marks? This one, these two, like this, 2 marks already. Just sub-calculator also, it's 2 marks already. Draw the graph. You don't tell me you go and mark the wrong point. That one I cannot help you. Okay, you mark carefully and you draw a smooth curve. You see 4 marks, 3 marks. Guys, okay? Please cherish this 6 free marks. Free gift. Okay, but see, I feel like also 3 marks because it just look from the graph only. So use the graph, find the value of y when x is -2.5. Okay, so Please don't be careless here. Can we? Okay, so where is it? Negative 2.5 and negative 2.5 is here lah. Okay, so that means here lah. Okay, so reminder, yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you guys, you guys get the point. I don't have a ruler here, so that's why my line is like saying it. But please use a ruler and dotted line. Thanks for a reminder from Julian. Okay, so negative 2.5. What is this? This is 10, right? So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So that means 2. So 15 is here, right? 15 is here. So somewhere slightly above, maybe 16, no? 16, yeah, I think 16 is a good guess lah. I think that is a 16. Okay? Okay, so done. My y value here, 16. Okay? Next, find the positive x value when y is 4. Okay, lo? Do the same thing lah. Y is 4. Okay, this one I go faster lah. Yeah, very easy only. Where's y is 4? This one is 5, 4, 4 somewhere here. 4 somewhere here. So looks like here lah. This is the, okay, dotted lah. I lazy already. So 2.5. Okay, here. So the x value is 2.5. So honestly, these 2 marks is also 3 marks. Just read from the graph only. Okay, done. Last one is the one that I want to go through. Okay, everybody pay attention. Draw a suitable straight line. Okay, you see, they ask you to draw another straight line again. To find the values of x, that means my final answer for this question, I'm expecting some x values. Okay, so I'm setting some x values that satisfy the equation x cubed minus 14x plus 5 equals to 0. This is the equation that they want you to solve using the graph. Okay. For those who were listening, you will recall, just now I said, when you see this type of question, hey, please don't go and solve with hand algebra. No, cannot. Okay. So remember, first step, you make one side of the equation equals to the original equation that they gave you, which is this. This was the original equation that they gave you, right? That means you need to make one side look exactly like this. Make one side become negative 3 cubed plus 4x plus 10. This is your first step. You need to make this equation, one side become exactly like that. Okay, so how to do? Okay, let me change to another color. How to do? So let me copy the equation that they gave us. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's check. Is it the same? First thing first. Obviously, it's not the same really. Look at this. This one is x cubed, positive x cubed, but I wanted negative x cubed. I say make one side to be this one. I wanted negative. So first thing first, this one, how to make it negative? Easiest way, I hope you can tell me. Just throw to the other side. Just throw to the other side of the equation. So like this, negative 14x plus 5 equals to, yes, exactly. Thanks, Vinesh. Totally agree. Move it to the other side. Done. Okay. At least I got the first part there already. Okay, I got the first part. Now, I try to get the second part now. Okay, plus 4x. Okay, I'm going to try a plus 4x here. So how but this one plus 4x. Okay, you see, if I plus 4x here, right? This is an equation. So whatever you do on one side of the equation, you must perform the same operation on the other side. So if I add an additional plus 4x, that means here I must also plus 4x. Okay, let me write it nicely. This is a technique called balancing equation. Yeah, so I purposely want to go through this particular question. I don't know how you guys do it at school, but this is the way I always teach my students. You are missing positive 4x, so that means you plus 4x here, but you cannot just plus 4x, right? Because this is an equation. On whatever on the left hand side must always equal to the right hand side. So if you add additional term, here also you must add additional term plus 4x. Okay, so with that, let's see what we get here. Okay, of course, right hand side we got 2 terms already. Okay, after Chinese New Year, then is your then no, Vignesh, then I should say happy holidays. Okay. Not happy Chinese, happy holidays. Then yesterday is Chapko Meme? Or Chok? Oh yeah. Yesterday is the everybody didn't get enough sleep because of all the because of all the fireworks. Okay, so okay, let's come back to this. Where were we? Hey, are you serious? Oh wait, just not. Wait. Okay. Can I move? Yeah. Okay, I can move. Okay, so we were doing this. I said plus 4x, and so if you plus 4x on one side, then plus 4x on the other side as well. Okay, so let's write this nicely. Plus 4x. Okay, here, however, if you plus 4x on the left side, right? Negative 14x and plus 4x, this one you can group it together, right? Same like terms, this is what you call like terms. Negative 14x, you can actually add 4x, which means you will get negative 10x. Like that. Okay, then compare again. Missing what? Okay, still missing the plus 10. Okay, so add another one, plus 10. But the other side must also plus 10. Like that. Equals. Now, one side of the equation is exactly what I want really. Then let's simplify the other side. Negative 10x plus 5 plus 10. Total plus 15. There we go. You see? From the original, from part D, the equation that they gave us, we can move the terms, blah, 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 so that we make one side become exactly the same as the original function. Done. So this one, let me call this is my y1, my y1, which is our original function, oric. Okay. Therefore, I told you, automatically the remaining terms on the other side, this is going to be what we have to draw already. This is our y2, our line. Okay. So actually, is it hard? It's not hard. Like, if you know the technique, then it's very easy. Okay, so step number 2, we need to draw the line of what? y2, which is negative 10x plus 15. Okay? So same thing, lor. How to draw a line? How many points you need to draw a line? 2 points. Okay, right? Same process again. You need 2 points to draw a line. Okay, so choose any x values that you like that is falling within the range in your graph. You can choose any x value from -3 to 4 since it's on the graph, right? So let's just simply choose -2 Okay, just -2. So sub Okay, so your y equals to -10 sub -2 in plus 15. Typing calculator, this one 20, 35. Oof, 35. Ayah. I'll do it in step 1. Okay. Okay, here. Okay, where were we? Okay. Y plus. Oh, okay. Because, okay, wait, me write it nicely. This one sometimes can be confusing. Okay. Y plus 4x and plus 10 because of my original equation here, Vignesh. Okay. I'm pretty sure some of you also have the same question. Why I need to plus 4x plus 10? Because then it came from our original equation. Okay, my first step for this type of question, right, is always to make one side of the equation exactly the same as the original equation given in part A. Always. Okay, so that was the reason. Moving the x cubed to the other side, you get negative x cubed, but you are still missing the plus 4x plus 10, right? Okay, that was the reason why I have to add plus 4x and plus 10 and then plus 4x plus 10 on the other side as well. Did I answer your question, Vignesh? See, the previous question, we didn't need to do that. You see, the previous question, we did not need to do that. Why? Because the equation that they gave us here, it just so happened that one side of the equation is already the same as the original equation. See? One side of the equation here is already the same, exactly the same as the original equation. That's why for this equation, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to move here, move there. But this one, not move here, move there. We did not need to add additional terms and all that. But this one we need because it is actually missing. They didn't rearrange this nicely for us to make one side exactly the original equation. Okay? I love Vignesh questions, guys. Guys, any question, just ask, please. Okay, I love questions. Okay. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah. Sub negative. Yeah, I think this one will get a 35. Yeah. So trot tomorrow. Oh, don't worry. When I teach in a real class, I speak even louder. So can, if you meet me in person, I speak the same. I speak at the same volume. I speak very loud. But thanks for the concern. Okay, like you, sure. Okay, so y value 35. Okay, 35. Put here. But I just realized something. Because if I'm gonna plot this point, right, -2 and 35, unfortunately, I get capped, right? My my y-axis, it doesn't go all the way to 35, yeah. So looks like choosing -2 as my x value is not a very wise decision. Okay, so let me reduce a bit. Maybe I choose 0 lah. I choose 0 lah. Okay, don't want to choose -2 lah. Let's choose 0 lah, because this point cannot fit into my graph. Okay, wait. So exam how? Oh, no problem. Change lah. Change lah. This one use this calculation. Just use origin. Cannot use origin. Not origin. Jinghao, not origin. I just make x 0 only. Make x 0, sub x as 0. Then you have to find the y value. So -10 times 0, 0. 0 plus 15, y equals to 15. So the coordinates that you actually need to plot is 0, 15, which is not the origin. Okay. Yes. Yes lah. Correct. It's the y-intercept lah. Okay. Vignesh, move the whole graph down. Cannot lah, Vignesh. Why cannot? I tell you why. Because this red line, this original graph that you drew, right, it is already fixed radian. Normally, for your SPM, right, let me see if I can. Later I pull up a trial paper, I show you. The space that they gave it to you and the axis that they gave it to you is fixed radian. So I don't think you are able to move the graph. Okay? So it's all right. I tell you lah, moving the graph is even more troublesome. You need to erase the whole thing and then redraw. You want meh? I also don't want. Okay, just very easy only. Change the x value lah to make our life much fun. Yeah. They for sure will give you enough space. Don't worry about that. Okay, if let's say like what I did just now, if really or you cannot fit, okay lah, change another x value lah. Very easy only ma. Anyways, you have a calculator to help you. Okay, so then I think 0 and 15. Yeah, this one I think we can mark lah. It's right here, right? 0, 15. Okay. Okay, let me get another point. I think maybe we get 2, right? Maybe x is 2. Let's sub 2 here. Okay. So let's find the y value when x is 2. -10 sub 2 plus 15. Okay. You guys want calculator? Can, but I use brain. Smart brain. Okay, -10 times 2, what? -20 plus 15, -5. Okay. Okay, so this is another point lah. 2 and -5. Good. Okay, easy to mark. Okay, so let me zoom into the graph so that we can mark the points right now. Okay, hello, go away. This one go away. Actually, can we change to another color so that it's different color, easier for you guys to see? Okay, just now we mark this point, right? 0, 15. Okay, that's one point. Another point is 2 and -5, which is here lah. 2 and -5. Hello. If later I tell you guys, if later it hang again, then I can for sure know that it's this Microsoft Word issue. Then you guys need to write to Bill Gates. Okay, so oh my god, where were we? Oh, luckily, okay, never mind. I still remember the points. It was what was it? 0 and 15. 0 and 15, which is right here. 15 and then another one is 2 and negative 5, which is right here. Here. Okay, so with 2 points, then we can what is it? Draw a line. Okay, so okay, when you draw a line, you see, draw it as long as possible. Draw it as long as possible. Okay, this one also, the other side. Okay, and here. Okay, yeah, so nice. You see, if you draw the line very long, right, then you will be able to have a very clear picture how many points they actually intersect. Okay, so obviously, if you see this, 2 points, 1 point right here, another intersection point right here. Okay, that means you will have 2 answers lah. Yeah, you have 2 answers. You know, Big Stash, I figure out a way to slow down my talking. I have to make sure I write down every word that I say. So as I write, right, then I will automatically pause. So when I pause, then automatically the speed of my speech will slow down. This is my logic. Okay, don't know it works or not. Okay, so done. I marked the 2 points already. And again, reminder, the question is only asking you for x values. That means you only need to read the x coordinates. Okay, so where's the x coordinates? Right here lah. Hey, why like that? Cursor. Oh, I want this. Okay, can already. Okay, looks like it's like right in the middle, right? This one. Okay, so right in the middle, this one is 0. I know 0.5 is here lah. So 0.5, 0. I think this is about 0.3 lah. Okay, around 0.3, I think. Okay, this one here, it goes all the way. Oh yeah, easy number. Okay, this one is 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so 2 answers. My x values, what is it? 0.3 and 3.5. That. Please don't make stupid mistakes lah, guys. When I say stupid means careless lah. Okay, the only stupid mistake that I will say is careless mistake. Okay, every other mistake is not stupid except careless mistake. Some students, they go and read here the y-axis, then they go and read here the y-axis, and then they get the values from here. That one, I will be very sad. Question asked for x. Okay, don't read from y-axis. Okay, done, Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. So this is probably the hardest question that they will ever ask. But please, guys, don't give up. I told you this question, you see, total how many marks? 4, 6, 12 marks, guys. Even touch wood, you really panic in exam. These last 4 marks you cannot get. Let's say you really cannot. But you still get how many? 8 marks, 8 marks out of 12. Still a good portion. So this type of question, please don't skip. A lot. I don't know. I don't know if it's you guys or not, but I did have students before. They say, "Yeah, teacher, I see graph. I don't like you. I don't like the draw." I said, "You siao." Sorry. I said, so easy. Okay, don't skip. Okay, all 3 marks here. So easy. Yes. Okay. Just nice that we have 1 hour left. 1 hour left. I'm gonna go into quadratics. Okay. Now quadratics have 2 parts. For those who join in slightly late. Quadratics have 2 parts. The first part is question like this, where they ask you to solve. Look at this word, solve, or cari, or hitong nilai. So find the value. Okay, this is one type of question for quadratic. Of course, this one is worded question. I will do one worded question for you guys later. Okay, but this one also under solving. This is another type of question. Quadratic graphs. They ask you to draw the graph. Okay, they ask you what is the effect of A, B, and C. This is another portion. So we'll do half an hour each. Okay, so half an hour actually very fast. Okay, let's speed up a bit. Okay, so reminder, what is a quadratic function? Quadratic function, obviously, it follows this general form. Y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the general form where A, B, and C are just numbers, any numbers. It can be fractions, can be decimals, can be whole numbers, doesn't matter. But essentially, quadratics means it has a square term. The highest power of x is always a square lah. That's a quadratic. That's the definition of quadratic. Okay. Oh yeah, I just want to point out for quadratics, right? B and C, they can even be zero, you know. They can even be zero. Can one. So let's say if B and C are zero, then your equation is just going to be y equals to ax square. If your B and C is zero. This is also quadratic. This is also quadratic. But A cannot be zero. Because why? Why A cannot be zero? B and C can be zero, but why A cannot be zero? What will happen if A becomes zero? Good. No curve. Why no curve? Good. Yes. Jing Hao. Good. Why? But why no curve? You know lah. You know. I like to ask why one ma. Don't have. Why have 2x? Why have 2x? No. Why don't have? Okay. I think what you mean is, if A becomes 0, 0 times x squared, that means this whole term will disappear. 0 times anything means 0 ma. So if A is 0, this whole term will disappear, then you will get y equals to bx plus c. Hey, don't you think that this looks very familiar? Isn't this looks like y equals to mx plus c like that? Right? So if your A is 0, the equation that you left with will give you a straight line, which is what Jing Hao suggested. No more curve. Okay lah. This a little bit of big brain. Not big brain lah. SPM already ma, right? 70 years old already ma, right? If you have a younger sibling, they ask you, Koko, why this one cannot become, then you know how to explain. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I will do type 1 question first, which is solving. Okay, which is solving. So read the question here. Given that okay, guys, keywords come out already. Keywords come out. Roots. I don't know if any of you, if you know, you can suggest in the chat. What is the meaning of this word root? Quite a number of students don't know what it means. Given that one of the roots of the quadratic equation, blah, 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 is 1. Yes. What is the meaning of roots? Say lah. Die already. If you don't know what roots mean, cannot do already. It's like, what to do? X when y is 0. Very good. Very good. But Jing Hao, you see here, for this question, there is no y value, right? There's no y, right? Why? Because then one side of the equation directly is already equal to 0 lah. But no, doesn't matter lah. To simplify, okay, guys, every time you see this keyword roots, right, that means x values. X values or the value, x values lah, right? X values of a quadratic equation, okay, that's it. That's the meaning of roots. So if I translate the question, you can just say, given that one of the x value of this equation is 1. So what does that mean? Your x is 1. You can sub into this equation. This is what it means. Okay, so the keyword here, root, it means x values. So when the question says x value of this equation is 1, that means they are telling you can actually sub 1 into the x's into the equation. Okay, so part A, let's do that. Part A, they calculate the value of P. Anyways, don't worry about that. P is inside this. So let's sub our x as 1 into the equation first. Yes, I'm going to show you what to do. Really, just sub directly, because they say themselves what? The x value is 1, what? Right? They told me x is 1. Of course, I can sub it in lah. Okay? So 1 square minus 4 times 1 plus 3. Hey, you see P don't know. P we don't know the value, right? Just leave it lah. Okay? Minus 8 equals to 0. Done. Now sub only. Literally, no brainer. Okay? Then from here, you try to simplify lor. P times 1 square.
If you're not sure, you can use calculator, but you don't need to use calculator. 1 square, 1 times 1. Thanks. Thanks, Business. So this one should be a P. P minus 4 plus 3P minus 8 equals to 0. Yes, you are right. 4P minus 12 equals to 0. Therefore, 4P minus equals to 12. Therefore, Vignesh, straight away, answer P. Let's go. Satisfying. Got people answer for me. Yay. Good. Okay. Thanks, Vignesh. Answer is 3. That's it. So actually, to do this question is very easy. Kan? It's very easy. Why is it hard? People who feel that this question is hard is because they don't know what root mean. Root means x value. If you know x value is that, sub. Okay, so next. Now you know. Yeah, okay. So next, find the other root. Are you? Root again? Panic again. No need to panic already. See root? X value lah. That means they want you to find the other x value of this equation. In other words, they want you to perform some calculation at the end of the day. The answer, they want another x value. That's what they mean. Okay, never mind. See what we can do here. Now, since we know that P is 3, okay? Yes, go ahead and do that. Guys, normally I always say, right, your pen, paper, pencil, calculator at your side, right? Hey, please, do it with me. Hey, don't watch me do. Hello? Don't watch me do. I'm not monkey. Although okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. Okay, you do it with me. Okay, plus 3 and then P 3 minus 8 equals to 0. Okay, simplify. 3x squared minus 4x. 3 times 3, 9. Positive 9 minus 8, positive 1 equals to 0. Okay, here, this is where we start to cheat. Okay. When we say cheat, I don't know if you guys know or not, but you can press this into calculator, right? What is the yeah, you can I hope you guys know. Anybody doesn't know how to solve this equation with calculator? Okay. Let me know down in the comments if you really don't know. Maybe at the end of the lesson you stay back maybe like 2-3 minutes like that. I show you. Okay. But yes, you can solve this with the calculator. So in calculator, right, your answer directly will be, I did this earlier already, so I know the answer. Your x value will actually be 1 over 3 and 1. The calculator will straight away tell you. If you key this into calculator, right, and press enter, you will get this as answer. You will get this as answer. But you cannot directly write like this in SPM. Why? Because they want to see the intermediate step. Okay, like that. That means here you have to factorize, you have to show the factorization. So you can smart a bit lor. Use the answer from the calculator. X equals to 1 over 3. Make one side 0, and then get rid of the fraction. So like this one is 1 over 3, right? So throw the 3 to this side, become 3x equals to 1. Then you minus 1 onto the other side. 3x minus 1 equals 0. Once you make one side 0, right, this is going to be your first bracket already. 3x minus 1. Thanks, Jing Hao. Okay? So same thing. The answer from the calculator says another answer is x equals to 1, right? So same thing. Make one side become 0. So throw this here. X minus 1 equals 0. Then take this and put it into the bracket. Like that. Cheat way. Actually, because this is intensive, I won't be spending time explaining to you how we get this to this. Actually, can one. From here, you can get to this without cheating from the calculator. Can. But faster, ma. With calculator, when we have help, we must use the help. Okay. So that's it. 2 answers. Okay, from calculator, you will get 2 answers. However, I don't know if any of you realize, they said they wanted the other value of x, right? Remember, they actually gave us one value of x before, which is 1. See, the question already gave us x is 1 in the beginning. That means they don't want this answer already. That means they don't want this answer. They want the answer as 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 is going to be our final answer. Like that. Okay, done. Hey, guys, any question, be like, yes, Vignesh, please highlight. So some student, okay, that's actually a good question. Some student, they just leave the answer like this. They just leave the answer like this. Then it depends on the mood of the examiner. If the examiner, probably not in a very good mood. Just kidding, just kidding. We don't know how strict they're going to mark. My point is like that. We don't know how strict they're going to mark. If you leave it like this, they say, hey, this student didn't answer my question. I said I want the other x value. I didn't want both. So if you don't want to highlight and 1/3, right? You can write like this. Beside the 1, NA. Like that. Like that. Beside the 1, you can put NA. Then the examiner know, okay, so this student meant this as the answer. This one, they also will give you correct. Okay? So the rest, if you have questions, just be like Vignesh and Jinghao, just put only in the chat box. I will answer them one. Okay? Okay. Hey, another thing also, I don't know whether do you guys have this kind of what? Some student, it's not that they shy to ask, but they feel like they scared if they ask, right, they will waste other people's time. I don't know if any of you think like that. I got student think like that. Teacher, it's not that I don't want to ask, but I scared my friend will scold me because I waste their time. I will ask the friend to shut. Okay. I will ask the friend to keep quiet. Okay, so no, please, no this kind of thinking. No. Okay, if you ask a question, most probably there's another student in your same class that has the same question as you. Your friend are not here. Oh no, ouch. You can make no, yeah. Also you can behave whatever you want. Good also. Okay, but yeah, that's my point, guys. Okay, done. So next one, okay, this one I purposely copy down because it's another style of question. It is also solving, as you can see. So some student, they don't know what this means, but the word solve, let me just make it very, very clear here, means find the value of the unknown. So what is the value? What is the unknown here for this equation? X, right? X, yes. So the word solve means find X. Some students, they don't know what it means, solve, solve, I mean, what do I want to do? Find X, find the X value, solve for the X value. Okay, so this type of question, we call this algebraic fraction, like got algebra and then in a fraction. Okay, quite common. I would say about 80% of the trial paper that I went through, okay, came up questions like this, algebraic fractions. Okay, but very easy lah. Okay, see, we don't like fractions, right? Fractions makes it very hard to solve. Throw to the other side lah. 2x, throw. Become multiply. Easy. This is the first thing that I will do. Because of lack of time, right, I actually remove one of, I prepared another question, but I feel like we won't have enough time, so I removed that. But that question, right, looks something like this. I can show you guys. Not exactly the same number, but something like this. Let's just say 2x. Then the other one, let's just say 5x over simply 2x minus 1. Something like this. Another question looks like that. So if you have something like this, you see there's equal sign, right? I hope you can tell me what can we do, how to throw. Crop, very good. Vignesh can throw, but faster way is to throw opposite. I know. You mean this one throw here, and then this one throw here, is it? Or another way, like what Julia suggested, cross multiplication. Hey, again, for those who weren't here in the class, yesterday class, is it? Did I mention about cross multiplication yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But if you want to do cross multiplication, the sign in the middle must be equal. If this is a plus sign, not an equal sign, you cannot do cross multiplication. I cannot stress enough. Some of you might feel like, ayo, this teacher is very long-winded. Always repeat the same thing. Who knows? Your parents ask you to do one thing, you also cannot remember. They also need to keep repeating. So repeating is good. So this one you do cross multiplication like this. So 2x, 5x. Like that lah. Then you can do normal, blah, 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 do your stuff already. Okay? But anyways, coming back to this question, so same right? This one, you throw here, multiply already. Here you expand first lah. Okay? So let's go ahead and expand together. I do very fast one. So see who's faster. You know, last time when I said this, right? One of my because I also teach IG, I actually teach IGCSE, like international syllabus, right? So instead of calling it Form 5, we call them Year 11 students. So Year 11 is the same as your Form 5 lah. So one time when I said this, let's see who can do faster, right? Then this student is like, "Ayo, teacher, you not shame on me? Huh? As a teacher, you want to compete with a 17-year-old?" I was like, okay, you have the point. Not wrong. Okay, so this one, yep, I agree. Vignesh, throw everything to the other side. Why? Because we must make one side 0. So the key to solve a quadratic equation, the key to solve quadratic equation is one side of the equation must be 0. You must think of a way to make sure one side of the equation becomes 0. Some student might say, teacher, why? How come I don't remember doing this? How come I don't remember doing throwing all the terms to the other side to make 0 on the previous question? Why previous question we no need to do this? Nah, they are very good to you. The previous question is already equal to 0 for you. Nah, you see here? It's already equal to 0 for you. So that's why we didn't need to throw anything. Okay? But this one, unfortunately, no. So we have to manually do it lah. So as what Vinay suggested, I might get rid of this. So minus 3x minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so from here onwards, do the same thing. Need to factorize, but factorize can cheat using calculator. So I mean, if you press this into calculator, I think you will get 2 answers. -1 and 5 over 2, yeah? Right? You will get this. This is actually your 2 answers. Okay? But in order to put it back to the factorization mode, can cheat a bit lah. The first answer is x equals to -1, right? Make one side 0, throw over here. So x plus 1 equals to 0. So the first bracket is x plus 1. Okay? The next one, x equals to 5 over 2 times 2. So 2x equals to 5. Make 5 become 0. 2x minus 5. So the other bracket. Quick. Okay? Done. This one, no. Confusing. Okay. So summary, okay, basically summary to solve quadratic, just this. Make one side of the equation become 0. That's it. That is the only key that you need to remember. Okay, done. Okay, one last question on the quadratic equation. This is a worded question, and then we will go into graphs already. Wow, 9:35. Wow, 5 minutes for this question. Let's go. Okay, what do they say? Okay, the length of the book marker is x plus 1. Okay, can. Okay, they label for us x plus 1, can. The width, okay, width, guys, width is here lah. This is width lah. Okay, the width is 5 centimeter less than the length. So that means the width must be whatever the length minus 5 because 5 less than that ma. So write down x plus 1, which is the length, minus 5. So this one you can simplify. Hopefully you can tell me equal x minus 4. Okay, that means the width is x minus 4 lah. The length is x plus 1 lah. Okay, done huh? Okay, then what information did they give us? Area of the bookmark is 24 centimeters square. Area, look at this shape. Rectangle. How to find area of a rectangle? I don't want to be harsh here lah. Yeah, thanks Jing Hao and Julian. Yeah. Yes, thanks Vignesh. Thanks. If you follow me long enough, sometimes I a bit harsh. When they go to year 11 or Form 5, still don't know how to find the area of rectangle, they will get the scold by me. Okay, done. Okay, yep, exactly. Go back for 1. Yes, go back for 1. Okay, yes, thanks Julian. Okay, so our length times our width, yes, straight away equals to 24. The question gave us equals to 24. Very good. Okay, so from here we actually get the equation out. I think we should try to solve this equation. Why? Because you see what the question wants? They actually want you to find the perimeter of the bookmarker. So perimeter means, of course, all the sides added up together, right? But in order to add up all the sides, we have to know what the exact value of x is. Then only we can find out what is the length and what's the width. Then only we can add all to get the perimeter, Okay, so actually for this question, then you have to solve this equation first in order get the x out first. Then only sub the x back into the length and the width, and then you can answer the question perimeter. Okay, so okay lah, same old thing I do very fast This one I hope expansion can do Hey, when did you guys learn this expansion, quadratic expansion, from 2 or from 1? I cannot remember. But this one, right? And then this one, right? Okay so x times x squared. X times -4, -4x. 1 times x, positive x, -4. Is it Vignesh? Okay, let me try. So x squared, yes, -4x plus x, -3x, minus a 4. The other side got 24. Okay, yes, I agree. 24 throw. Yeah. Okay, I got the same thing as you. That's good. So, yeah, same thing. One side must be 0. So obviously, it's easier to make this side 0 lah. Throw the 24 to the other side, minus 24. Yep. So -4 minus 24, you get -28. Good. Equals to 0. Okay, nice. Okay, trick come out again from the calculator. Okay, pressing calculator, I think this one you will get 4 and 7. No, 7 and where is it? I get -4 and 7. Yeah, I get -4. This one, don't worry lah. Why I so fast? Because I did the question before already. To speed up Okay, -4 and 7. So trick law. That means one of the bracket must be x plus 4 law. This one moves to the left. Then this one also x minus 7 law. Like that. Okay. So yes, we will get 2x values. Here, you need to smart a bit really. Ask yourself, is it possible for our x value? Remember, what does x mean in this question? X here means length and width here, Yeah, okay. We must take the positive one. Why? Because if you sub -4 in here into the width, -4 minus 4, width equals to -8. How come? Right? Width and length cannot have negative values. So, same thing. I'm going to use the trick that I taught Vignesh just now. Put NA at the bottom of -4. So the examiner know, okay, this student understood. They have to use x at 7. Not necessarily. A good question, Vignesh. Not necessarily. I think just now, did we had a question? Ane? You see this example? Our first example here. Both x values are positive. So, okay, unless what you are asking here, Vignesh, is it possible for this kind of question have both positive value? Possible. But if both positive value, right, then you have to sub into the, good. If both are positive value, then you need to sub it into the length and the width and see which one makes sense. Sometimes, right, even this is a positive value, but let's say I change the question. Let's say I said the width is x minus 10. Let's say. Okay. So you see, if you sub a 7 into the x, right? 7 minus 10, it's still a negative. The width is still a negative. So wrong. You know what I mean? So if both are negative, don't worry. Just sub and then see which one makes sense logically. Okay? But don't worry lah. I think SPM not that hard lah. Okay, although I don't want to say first because I'm not the one who is writing the paper, right? If both positive, then keep both. Vignesh, keep both. Better do both than risk it. We do both. If really both will work. Okay? But I'm telling you, this one I can be quite confident. Normally this type of question, right? They will only ask you, only one answer will be usable one. Normally this type of question, I would say 90% chance, only one of the answer will be usable. Okay? Okay, so done. We get our x value as 7. So now you can do already, sub the 7 into your width and your length. So obviously your length is going to be 7 plus 1, which is 8. Okay, good. Width, 7 minus 4, which is 3. Okay, so that means your width is going to be 3 centimeter. Width length is going to be 8 centimeter. Now you can find perimeter. Okay, perimeter just add only lah. If perimeter don't know how to do, I knock your head. Although I can't do it from knock your head virtually. Okay, so 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3. Mind brain what mental calculation 22. Why we know 22 very quickly? Because 8 plus 3 is 11 and 2 sets of that 22. Okay, quick math. Okay, done. Woof, quite nice. 9:32, half an hour left for the graph. Okay, no question. We move on to the graph. Okay, Hey, got question also, no problem. Just in the group chat I will always answer your question one. Okay. Okay, quadratic graph. Coming back to this, ax squared plus bx plus c. The effect of a, b, and c. How do these three values affect the graph? You have to know. So I put this into a small table to summarize everything for you. Okay. A, what is the effect of this value of a? Very easy. If a is a positive value, then anybody? If a is positive, how would the graph look like? How would the quadratic graph look like? I wait for. You should smile. Yes, easy to remember. Thanks, Julian. Thanks, Yinghao. Positive happy happy face smile. Negative, not very happy. Sad. Okay, sad face. Okay, done. This is the effect of the value of a. Okay, the b. What is the effect of b? This one, there's a formula that you need to remember, which is the equation of what do you call that? Symmetry, line of symmetry. Because the quadratic graph, right, you will only get two shapes, either smiley face or sad face. But doesn't matter which one, you will be able to draw a line of symmetry right at the middle one. This one not very nice, but you get the point. It's going to be at the maximum point here, this one at the minimum point here. Okay, for both type of graph, you will always be able to draw this equation of symmetry. So obviously, the line of symmetry, right, is a vertical line. Okay, so if it's a vertical line, that means it's going to cut the x-axis. So the equation of the symmetry line, okay, is going to be like this. It cuts at x-axis at negative b over 2a. This is the formula that you need to know. I think it's easier if you just memorize this. Of course, there's a way to derive the formula, but showing the derivation of the formula is not a good not a good thing to do now in an intensive class. Okay, so what does this mean? Very quickly, I just give you a very quick example. Let's just say 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay, very easy. So your value of a for this case is 2. Value of b for this case is negative 3. The value of c for this case is positive 1, which is 1. Okay, so first of all, you look at this a value, right? It's a positive value. That means this graph, right, for sure will be a smiley face already. That's what it means. Okay, then next, this smiley face, right, it must have a line of symmetry. So maybe the x-axis is here. Okay, so if somebody asks, what is the equation of this line? This line of symmetry, this line. Then you follow this formula that I just wrote down. The equation is x equals to negative b. Our b is negative 3 over 2a, which is 2. So if you simplify that, type this whole thing to calculator, what is this? 3 over 4. So the equation of this line is going to be x equals to 3 over 4. In other words, this line is going to cut the x-axis at 3 over 4. That's what it means. Okay, very simple example, but I hope this clarifies. Okay, so the effect of b, nothing much. It just tells you where the line of symmetry, the middle line is only, like that only. Okay, so A tells you the shape. C, this one even easier. Some student, if you are yes, why Julian? A is correct. C, it is the y-intercept. Not wrong at all. But why? Yeah, you see, I like to ask why question. Very good. Jing Hao, thanks for that. You see, guys, if I make this x's equals to 0, these two terms will be disappear and y will equal to c, right? Didn't we talk about it? A few classes already we have been talking about this. If you make x 0 in an equation, in a graph, that means you are looking for y-intercept. Okay. So some students, they choose to memorize They choose to memorize C as the y-intercept. But actually, if you understood the concept, you don't need to memorize. Okay? But okay I just write it here y-intercept. So, okay, put here. So coming back to my example here, now you see my C is 1, right? That means if I were to draw, let's just say if I were to draw my y-axis, draw my y-axis, where the curve cuts the y-axis, 1. That's what it means. Okay? So actually with the effect of A, B, and C, you see, we can already tell how the graph look already. Okay? Done. So 3 steps to sketch a quadratic. This one later. Let's do a question on this one first. The effect of A, B, and C, right here. Okay, so you guys read the question. This one here. Okay. What does it say? What do I say? This diagram show a quadratic. Obviously, this is a quadratic function. This is the graph. Okay. So, guys, don't panic when you see fx. Basically, fx just means okay, you see here, I try to trick you only lah. They could have just, this is where my students are, your teacher. Why the mathematicians are so itchy, the butt very itchy. It's the same thing. Why need to write in different way? Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, fx and y mean the same thing. So that means the equation of this graph, y equals to px squared minus 6x plus q. That's the equation of this graph. Okay, so what do they want? Calculate the value of Q, P, and N. So they want the Q, they want the P, and where is N? N is right here. Okay, so one by one. First thing first. Anybody realize? First of all, they ask you to find Q, right? Anybody realize? What is this value of Q mean? If you compare to y equals to the general form ax squared plus bx plus c. Compare. What does this Q mean? Right. Very good. Exactly. It's the C, what? It's the C, which is the y-intercept. Thanks, Julian. And you come back to the graph. Dang, dang. 3 mark question. No need calculation. Done. Okay, done. Okay, good. Next. Okay. Okay. You know what, guys? Since we know that the Q value is 5, let's put it in. Let's put it in, right? So I always do that one. The moment I know a certain value, I just straight away sub into the question first. Like that. Then I won't get confused. Okay. Okay, next. Find the value of P. P is right here. Oh yeah. P is like the A, right? So look at this graph. Remember, A means A tells us the shape of the graph only. So this shape is a smiley face. Smiley face. So that means the value of A, for this case P, it must be a positive value. But that's it all. We only know that it's a positive value, or we don't know the exact value, right? So here you guys need to smart a bit. Smart a bit. How? Easiest way, when you guys normally, I tell you, this is a tip. This is a tip when you do math questions, right? If you suddenly don't know what formula to use, right? The easiest way to do here, sub. You try to think, sub exactly, sub some values in. Good thinking, Julian. But I wouldn't just sub the x value. Okay, let's say you choose this one. This 5 is the x-intercept, right? One of the x-intercept, right? Can we write down the coordinates of this point? Correct? X-intercept, this point, right? The coordinate 5, 0, right? When I write like this, I have both values ready, x and y, That means I can actually sub this coordinate 5, 0 into the equation. So y became 0 equals p don't know, but x is 5. See? 5 plus 5. 0 equals to 5 square, 25p. Negative 6 times 5, negative 30 plus 5 equal 20. Do you guys see this? The moment you realize you can do substitution, everything becomes very easy. So don't panic in exam. If really you cannot think of any formula, to use already, most probably there's some values you can sub in one. Okay? When I see points, it's the happiest already, because 1 point I can get 2 values out, x and y value. Okay? So balance the equation, done. P equals to 1. Okay lah, this one need a little bit tricks. Little bit. Okay? So done. Okay, I put this back into here. Oh, so if that's the case, that means my p value here is 1. 1x squared. No biggie, write 1x squared one. You just write x squared. Okay, done. So we get a complete equation already. Looks like it. Okay, now next one, n. So n is where? N is here. Now guys, this one also very easy. This is a coordinate, x value being 3. The n value is the y. So can we take this and sub again? You see how useful substitution is. 3 and n into the equation. So let's go. Y for this case is going to be n equals to my x for this case is going to be 3. So 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 5. Type this whole thing into calculator. 9 minus 9 plus 5. Done. N is 5. Let's go. Okay. Substitution. I love substitution. Not the simultaneous substitution, but substitution of the points into functions, into equations. I love. Oh, can repeat? Can. Julian, repeat part C, is it? Part C, So, yeah, okay. Then part C, they ask you to find n, So, n is here, right? You see here? This point, right? Now, if this point lies on the curve, okay, that means all you need to do is you can take this point and sub into the equation. You can take this point and sub into the equation. You can sub because the point is lying on the graph. Okay, and then this is the equation of the graph. So as the moment you sub, right? Okay, your y became n, because n here is the y coordinate of this point. Okay, so y become n. X's become 3. Right? So this point actually gave you 2 values already. This 3 is the x value, and then n is the y value. So you take both x and y, sub into here. Then really then I get this also negative 4. Negative 4? Oh yeah! Oh look. Thanks, Jinghao. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, Julian. So surprisingly very easy to do this question. And every time you guys get stuck, just sub the values in. Okay. Thanks, Jinghao. Oh my god. 6 times 3 is 18. Yeah, you're right. Negative 4. Okay. Yeah, no problem lah, Julian. Okay. Done, guys. Woo! 9:45. Let's go lah. One last question. Sketch. This one they ask you to sketch. Okay, come, let's go. One last question. So, how do you sketch a quadratic graph? Same thing. Let me summarize here. 3 steps. The first step, you need to know the shape. So, how do you know the shape? Just look at the value of A. Because if A positive, A more than 0, it's like this. So if A less than 0, then it's like this. So just look at the A, you will be able to decide the shape. Right? This one very fast. Okay. Next step, find the y-intercept. So make x equals to 0. Then you find what is the y value. So get the y-intercept out first. Okay. Then after done, of course, after you find y-intercept, you must also find x-intercept. Make y equals to 0. Then solve, x will have some values. All you need in order to sketch a graph, you just need these three things only: the shape, the y-intercept, and the x-intercept. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay, so let's apply our concept here. So first step, shape. Okay, ask yourself, look at this graph. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, my a, 5. 5 is a positive value. 5 is a positive value. Okay, so that means smiley face. Oh my god. Why this one so cha-cha? Okay, wait let me draw nicely. Okay, therefore, smiley face. Done. I get the shape ready. Okay, number 2, find the y-intercept. There's a reason why I purposely find y-intercept first one, because easier. Normally finding y-intercept is easier. So to find y-intercept, make x equal to 0. So sub lah. Oh yeah, reminder, hx, gx, fx, whatever x, basically the other side is just y lah. This is y. Okay, so y equals to 5x. Just now we say we want to make x 0 ma. Okay, so sub 0 here. 0, 0, done. These two terms disappear. My y equals to 3. This is my y-intercept. That means later when I draw the graph, right, where the graph cuts the y-axis, that will be 3. Okay? So last step, find the x-intercept. That means make the y value 0. Okay, so y here becomes 0 equals to 5x squared minus 8x plus 3. So this one again use calculator lah. I think if you use calculator, what did I get? Let's see. Okay, I get 3/5 and 1. Okay, let me write this down. This one here. If you use calculator, I'll get 3/5 and 1. So I get 2 answers. That means later when you draw the graph, right, this graph will cut the x-axis at 2 points. Okay. Now we can draw the graph already with this info. Okay, first thing first, shape. Shape, smiley face. Okay. Next, y-intercept. So you need to draw the y-axis, but I don't know where to draw the y-axis first. Okay, so let's skip this one. I think draw this one easier. Okay, draw the x-intercept first easier, because we know that x-intercept you have 2 ma. So that means your x-axis must cross 2 points lah. Please don't draw the x-axis here. If you draw the x-axis here, it doesn't cross any point. Okay, so cross 2 points. Okay, let me write down here. Bing, bing. So this one please 3/5 is here, 1 is here. Please don't simply write 1 here, 3/5 here. Okay, use I want to say use your brain a bit. Not a good way to say. Smart a bit. Okay. Because 3/5 is a smaller number lah. Okay, smaller number put at the left, bigger number put at the right lah. Okay. Then you see the moment if you know that both of the x-intercept is positive value, it's very logical to think where you want to place your y-axis now. Imagine if you place the y-axis here. Does it make sense? Does it make sense if I place the y-axis here? Is it correct? No, yeah, doesn't make sense, Okay, because look at this. Takkan the 3/5 positive is on the left side of the y-axis, takkan ma. So that's why normally I draw the x-intercept first. Because with the x-intercept, I can help to gauge where I need to draw my y-axis. So obviously my y-axis has to be here lah. Right, because both of these are positive value, it has to be on the left side, right side, of the y-axis. Okay, done. And then you see where it cross? You see where it cross? My y-intercept, done. And this is my answer. Okay, that's it. Hey, wow, today we on time, way. Wow, today, you see, guys. When you guys give me respond, actually we can go faster because a lot of things I no need to say out myself. Like the students will type it in the chat box, then I will know that, okay, you guys are here already. So I can speed up my process. If nobody talk in the group chat, I have to explain every single line. You also boring? I also boring. I was like, oh, this one, nobody respond. Okay, I need to explain. Okay, so thanks for this question need to did the question say so? No, right? I think the question, okay. Jing Hao here asked a question, do we have to find the maximum and minimum point? If the question never asks for it, then no need. Done. Okay lah, since we have a little bit of extra time, let's might as well find the, for this case, we don't have maximum point, we only have minimum. Yeah, turning point, exactly. Good. So if in case the question asks want to find the turning point, yeah, actually that's a good reminder. Let me write this down for everybody to see in case anybody doesn't know. Okay, this is the name of this point turning point, obviously, because it's where the graph turns. Okay, so in case anybody wants you to find the turning point, now there's a couple of ways to find it. I'm just going to demonstrate one of the ways since we just did the revision on the effect of B. Remember B, it tells us where it cuts in the middle, right? Back B, right? The formula x equals to negative b over 2a, right? This formula tells us where it cuts the x-axis, right? For the middle point, which is where the turning point is. The turning point is always at the middle. Okay, so let's substitute the values in for our case. What is the value of b? Negative 8. Okay, sub negative 8 over 2. A, our value is 5. Okay, so press this in calculator. I think you will get 8 over 10, which is 4 over 5. Okay, that means straight away, I know this line will cut the x-axis at 4 over 5. That means straight away already, the x coordinate of this 4 over 5. Quick. Okay, of course, if they ask you for point, then you must also find the y coordinate. Okay, but very easy. Since you already know the x coordinate, take the value of x coordinate, sub again. You see, substitution is so useful in quadratic graphs. In graphs in general, substitution very, very useful. Take x value of 4 over 5, sub into here, and then press into calculator. I don't know what you get. Somebody press it for me. I don't know what you get. But just take the 4 over 5 x value, sub into here, press in calculator. Then the answer is straight away gonna be the y coordinate already. Okay? Okay, any other question, guys? Any other question? Okay, if no question, can I, okay, great. Now we have 5 minutes left, right? So can I be very quickly, I send you the survey link right now. So for those who are late, right, just now I did mention, I wanted you guys to help me do a very quick survey. This survey, I tell you, less than 3 minutes lah. I just want to very quickly gather your info, because all of you come from different school, all right, for sure, right? Different school, different state, right? So I want to know, can score A after this. Vignesh, that would be my highest hope. Okay, I will pray for all of you every day. I really hope lah. No lah, because I also understand all of the okay, here. Okay, guys, can you go to the room chat? I just send the link there. Okay, can you please help me just click into the link? Can you just anyone actually all of you, I hope lah. Okay, just help me click into the link and see if you can fill up or not. If any of you couldn't access the form, you straight away tell me in the group chat, because this is the first time I'm sharing this. I'm using this. Hopefully everything goes well. Okay. Hey guys, please don't write essay. I'm not an English teacher. Hello. I teach math for a reason. I don't teach English. Give me key points, can ready lah. Simple words. Don't give me Shakespeare English. Please. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, after you are done with the survey, you can chow ready lah. That's it ready for today's class. Okay. But yeah, Vignesh, I will pray for all of you. I hope so lah. I hope so. Okay. I don't know. Have you guys ever tried to ask? Is it possible for you guys to revisit or rewatch the recording for these intensive classes? Did you ask the company, the TAVIS? Yeah, because I didn't manage to ask the team yet. If any of you, please go ahead and just ask if it's possible, you know. Okay. Okay. And then is there any new okay, I know Alex, Jinghao, Austin, okay, Fei Yi, Julian, George, Vignesh. Okay, cool. Hey Vignesh, just to double check, were you here when I share with the class about the link, about the Google link where you can find all the trial papers with answers for free? Were you in the class when I share this? I don't know if you are in. I know the rest are in. They are all aware already. Yeah, no, okay, can. So let me share it very quickly. Okay, but anyways, yeah, you guys can go ahead and write your survey. Okay, hey, please no need essay Okay, thanks Julian. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Okay, good night. Okay, let me very quickly do this. Okay, so for Vignesh, desktop share. Share. Okay. Let me pull this bigger. Okay. So yeah, Vignesh, I did share this with them. So you go Google, you go and type this SPM trial 2021. Okay. The first link that pop up, trial.spmpaper.me, go to this link. Look, this is the beauty of internet lah. Go and click here, trial paper by year 2021. Obviously, you do trial paper lah. No past year paper for you guys, this bunch. Look at all the subjects are here. Okay, so really can spam past year papers. So let's say we go mathematics, close the ad. Look, so many all over the country from different states, the trial papers. Okay, I counted 18 of them here. You one day do one set already, more than enough already. And then let's just say I go into Malacca, and beauty of this is, look, all got answer one. Okay, Vignesh. Treasure box. Okay. Of course I won't be able to do all the questions from the trial paper in the our intensive class lah. Too many questions already. Okay, but you guys, please, I tell you if you do all the question here. Yeah. So were you able to no, Vignesh. Wait, are you looking at the screen now, Vignesh? Did you see my screen? I'm sharing a web page. Do you see this? Trial.spmpaper.me. Are you looking at the screen now? Oh, okay. No, yeah, I was trying to tell you, instead of don't just rely on the intensive classes lah. Okay, yeah. So just go Google SPM trial 2021, right? The first link, this one, trial.spmpaper.me. Okay, click in. Now, look, trial paper by year. Go to 2021, obviously. Look, all the subjects, whatever subject you're taking, the trial paper collection all here. So let's just say we go to maths. See, from all different states. Okay, more than enough already. Okay, so simply I click into para, let's say. And then the beauty of this is everything is free and with answers. Okay, so when you practice at your own time, right, at home, right, make sure, let's just say you practice on this paper 2, make sure you time it. You time yourself. Okay, after you time yourself, finish ready, you can check the answer. Okay, Vignesh? That was what I shared with them lah. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, let's go, treasure box. Okay, so 10 o'clock already. So I'm going to end the session right now.